chat for a minute so that I can share it on all the other.
Hi, everybody. Mr. Hansen. I am live and broadcasting. You are about to hear something extraordinarily exciting. I've got a lifelong friend that's going to come on here, and he can tell you we are about to do a seminar called WorldProsperSeminar.com. We want you to attend along with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. If you get the best of the best, 7 of our peers from the speech group. So first of all, let me just tell you who this guy is before I let him pop on. Raymond and I have known each other for a long time. Back when he owned, I think, 1,000 doors, 1,000 different units in Canada. He was doing a seminar, and he said, "Hey, would you come on and do a seminar on how to make at least $20 a year?" I'd love to. We befriended each other. We did many, many happy seminars. Now, this guy is a guy that is fulfilling his destiny. As you know, I got a brand new book out called Act, The Bridge from Your Dreams to Destiny. This guy has done fun stuff like the Iditarod. And you say, "Well, I didn't know what the Iditarod is." I'm going to ask him, what is a fun sleigh ride where you go, mush, you Huskies? He's been to the top of the earth and the bottom of the earth. He has done exquisitely exciting stuff that is loomingly relevant. He is going to tell you how we're going to get out of the do right now and how we're all going to prosper together. With that, I welcome to share the screen with my dear friend, Raymond, who also did 3 Chicken Soup books, Chicken Soup for the Canadian Soul, starting #1. Raymond, welcome to live broadcasting with yours truly.
I'm so honored. I'm so honored to be on your show, Mark Victor. You are a towering person this lifetime. You are the #1 nonfiction author of the whole universe. That's unbelievable. We've co-authored a couple Chicken Soup books together. We've known each other for decades, and I honor our relationship. And I'm particularly honored that you've decided to bring me onto your show so that your huge audience and reach and sway can hear the exciting thing that I'm doing right now. And I'm just bursting to tell you.
Well, I am bursting to have you share because I know who's coming on, and we'll show that picture in a minute. But you tell them why we're doing it and what it's going to do for them, because they can prosper and thrive in bad times.
Yes. You see, in bad times, everyone thinks it's bad. But the startling thing is, bad times is when things are all shaken up, and that's when the opportunities are. Do you know that the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is 30 stocks, which represents the entire New York Stock Exchange, almost half of those 30 stocks were founded during the Great Depression almost 90 years ago?
Well, so that's exactly what I teach, which is yin and the yang, which has a little less. Crisis equals opportunity. So right now, you and I are experiencing the biggest crisis in the world. So Allah, the biggest opportunity.
You got it. And CNN announced just recently that this is the worst month in the history of the 250-year history of the United States in terms of tenants being unable to pay their rent. Wait till you hear this, Mark Victor. 31% of tenants couldn't pay their rent this month, April 2020.
And the other thing is they've loaded their credit cards because they went out and bought food and they can't pay their credit cards, and the banks are going to eat that. Not by choice, by the way.
This is going to be a terrifying time if you listen to the news and get terrified. But there are some people going down and there's some people going up. And
we want you to go up.
And I want you to go up. And I was just speaking to your buddy, your ex-partner in Chicken Soup, Jack Canfield. He told me that he is having so much fun because his clients are calling him and telling him what they're doing to thrive during this crazy time.
Can you give me 3 examples, Raymond?
I will give you one giant example.
Okay,
you ready?
Honest.
One of his friends called him and said he owns one of the largest gyms in Los Angeles. He pays gigantic rent. And instead of his clients paying $20 a month, which they should, and instead of paying $0 a month because they've all canceled their subscription because they couldn't get into the gym during the lockdown, he contacted them and said, "I've disinfected your favorite equipment and I put it on a truck and I'm sending it to your home and I'm charging you $99. And the guy grabbed it. All of his equipment is now rented and in people's living rooms, and they're enjoying it. He's collecting $99 instead of $20, or actually instead of $0. And when the crisis is over and his rent comes up, Mark Victor, he's not going to renew. He's going to have the biggest gym in the world that doesn't exist. He's changed his life. He's not going to work 15 hours a day in his gym any longer. He's not going to hire 150 fitness instructors and gigantic fuel expenses for air conditioning and security guards and all that stuff. He's going to lie on the beach and just rent out equipment in people's living rooms. Complete change of life. This is And I've heard stories like this in my own business. I have a CEO and I don't want to overrule her. I've been saying to her, come on, Wendy, why don't we send our staff home and work from home? No, I can't trust them. I said, well, how about flexi hours? No, they should be here from 9 to 5. Well, now she has to send them home, and she has a meeting with them at 9 a.m. and they have to declare what tasks they're going to get done by 5 p.m. And then she has another meeting at 5 p.m. and they have to declare out loud in front of all the other staff whether they got it done or not. They're more productive working from home. I am a small company. I hire about 9 people, and I still pay $7,000 a month rent. When our lease comes up, goodbye. I don't want to pay a lease any longer. I don't want to have a cleaning staff coming in any longer. I don't want to have to pay the taxes on an office. And so I'm going to save about $10,000 a month, and that's going in my pocket instead of a landlord's pocket. Everything is changing. And when things are changing in times of destruction, there's amazing opportunities. And so I'm reinventing myself for 37 years. Next month, May of 2020, is going to be my 37th year on stage. I started in May of 1983, and I am reconverting myself into an online company. Yes, I'll travel somewhat, but nowhere near as much as I traveled before. And here's what I'm doing. I've created the World Prosper Summit. The World Prosper Summit. And one of the advantages I have is I know half of the world famous celebrities in the whole world, half of the famous people that you know. I don't just know them, they're my dear friends. And one of them, of course, is Mark Victor Hansen. And he's one of the very first people I called. And I said, would you like to be part of this? Now, I want you to listen to this. I want you to get me straight on this. It's really powerful and spiritual. So get this. When I hire Mark Victor Hansen, he charges me. Well, of course, he's providing a service, and I pay for his airfare, first class, and I pay for his hotel and all that, and his limo. And I pay him a very good fee because he's worth it. But when I called him this time and said, I want you to be part of the World Prosper Summit, he didn't think of his own corporate boundaries. He didn't say, how can I make money? He threw away the corporate boundaries and he teamed up with me. And he said, Raymond, I'll stand beside you. I'll stand behind you. You lead the way. Let's do this. I'm not charging you. I said, oh my God, if you don't charge me, I don't have to charge your friends and all the other people around the world. And so as soon as Mark said that, I said, I'm declaring it a free event. WorldProsperSummit.com is a free event. And there are 19 speakers, including 7 superstars from the movie The Secret. 7 of them. They're all my friends, and they've all agreed to come, and they've all agreed to come for free. Sherry, I'm glad you're online. Congratulations. Yep. You should go immediately to WorldProsperSummit.com and register. You'll hear Mark Victor Hansen. You will hear 7 superstars of The Secret. You'll hear a total of 19 powerful speakers, all teaching you how to thrive, how to prosper in this time. Now, not everybody is going to teach you about money. I'm going to tell you about the ones that aren't teaching money. And one of them is my dear friend, Mark Victor Hansen. And so what is he going to teach? I'm not announcing the schedule, but I will announce one person on the agenda, and that's Mark. And he is first. It's April 24 and April 25. It's 11 a.m. Eastern until 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So in Mark Victor land, in California, that means 8 a.m. Pacific to 2:30 p.m. Pacific.
I live in Scottsdale, Arizona now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry.
Same time zone, though. Don't worry.
Okay.
And I will love doing it. And I want to help turn people around. We got a brand new book called Ask: The Bridge from Your Dreams to Your Destiny. And what we're going to do is turn people on, because we are going into the most extraordinary economic times in history. I predict that this decade, this next 10 years from 2020 to 2030, we're going to do 50 trillion, not billion, trillion dollars, with 7 trends that are going to totally change that I will be teaching.
Wow. So I'm not going to tell you when any of the superstars from The Secret are scheduled to be on. I'm not going to tell you when any of my other superstar friends are going to be on, but I will tell you when Mark Victor's going to be on. Why? Because he asked me to be the very first speaker. And I said, why? He said, because when you hear the title of my talk, you are going to say, I want you first. And he told me his talk. Everyone listening, you're going to smile from ear to ear when you hear this. The title of his talk is How to Stay Up During Downtimes. How to stay up during downtimes. I said, Mark Victor, that's spectacular. You should be first. You should set the stage of positivity and creativity and upbeatness. And so he is going to be the first. You better be there 11 a.m. sharp on April 24th to hear how he will powerfully set the stage for the entire rest of the entire 2-day teleconference. This is so spectacular. It's gone viral. We have tens of thousands of people registered. GoToWebinar can't handle us. GoToWebinar is working with my techie in order to create a special platform for us to handle all the people. They've never had a crowd like this. It's gone viral. Why? Because seven superstars of the movie The Secret. Jack Canfield is going to talk about how to use his success principles during this crazy time. I called Dr. John Gray and I said, how are you going to help people make money? He said, I'm not. I said, what? He said, I don't teach people how to make money. I teach them how to make love. And he says, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach people how to get along in this crazy sequestered lockdown period. He said, when the lockdown is over, wait till you hear this, Mark Victor, you'll love it. He said, when the lockdown is over, there's going to be a mad rush either for the maternity ward or divorce courts. Maternity ward or divorce courts. And he said, if he has anything to do with it, he wants people to be in love. And so he's going to talk to us about how to get along together. And I contacted Marie Diamond, and she says she's going to teach you how to cure the feng shui ills of your home. She's the world grandmaster of feng shui. If you're going to start a business from your home, don't have the feng shui ills preventing the money from coming in. And I have a dear friend who is a policeman in Texas, and I call him every so often, ask him how things are doing. And I call him and said, how is this lockdown doing for policemen? He says, oh, the bad guys are making a lot of money. What? This is good news? He says, no, it's bad news. He says, in normal times, we know what to do. In normal times, you don't let Crystal walk late at night in a dark park. You don't let her walk through bad areas of the city. You lock your windows, you lock your doors, you have a security system. If you leave your home for a couple of weeks, you tell your neighbors to watch your place. We all know what to do. But when times are turbulent like this, giant holes open up, and the first people to notice them are the bad guys. And they jump through the holes and they hurt you. They hurt you reputationally, they hurt you criminally, they hurt you financially. They know how to do it because they're bad guys. And then the police have to say, what's going on? Oh, I get it. And then they rush to plug the hole. Meanwhile, the bad guys are off to another one. And so he's going to be one of my guests on how to protect yourself. Marie Diamond on how to cure your ills, and John Gray on how to get along, but all the other, and you about your amazing, powerful creativity, about how to stay up during the bad times. But all the other speakers are about wealth and money and income. And they're going to be about how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to change your business, how to invest in stocks, how to invest in real estate, how to invest in options, in foreign exchange, how to start a new business, how to do network marketing, how to do internet marketing, how to do mail order, like anything you can do from home. It's amazing. And
Raymond, what are you going to teach?
I'm going to teach the beauty of being coached, especially during times of change. When things are normal, you can get away with doing things normally and you can kind of get by. But when times are turbulent, or whenever you want a big leap ahead, you need coaching. And I'll be explaining that. And I'll be talking about branding and credibility and being noticed as an authority in the world so that people are willing to pay you more. Like, there are other people who can speak as well as the superstars in The Secret, but they don't get asked to speak. And if they get asked to speak, they get offered $1,000, where you guys get $25,000, $50,000 because you're branded, because you're known, because you're special. And so sometimes it's not how good you are, it's how well you're branded.
That's right. I just did a video today called Brand to Command, because I've got a book coming out called You Have a Book in You, and then we're doing a book seminar. It'll be a little expensive, but we think everybody at home should write a book. And one of the 12 books I've written during this last 6 months is Speed Write Your Autobiography and Speed Write Your Life Story, because I think everybody ought to share their life story. Wouldn't you like to know, Raymond, what your great-great-grandparents thought, how they were married, how many kids they had, what they thought their life force energy was all dedicated to, and what they accomplished?
I would.
Yeah, well, I think everybody will, and I got an extraordinary new way to sell it because what Raymond's saying is during these times you got to do what we taught in Chicken Soup is bypass marketing. Everybody can sell books in the bookstore. Everybody can sell books on Amazon, but you say, well, what did you do? Well, we sold books on 50 million cases of Diet Coast for 6 months. We were number one for 58 weeks. And we did it on the inside wrapper of 600 million Campbell's soup cans where you open it up and it had 3 stories. Then when the Red Cross came to me and Liddy Dole was out of blood, she said, look, Mark, you have all these ideas. And remember, I was in graduate school with Bucky Fuller, and Fuller said real wealth, RW equals ideas times energy. And we have infinite energy if we're excited about our ideas. You have real wealth expand. So what I did was I got all the chiropractors, which I have 3 honorary doctorates to my 10 in chiropractic. And I said to the 77,000 chiropractors, I said, look, you guys see 25 million people a week. Doctors won't get blood, and they see it gushing all the time. Let's reactivate all your old patients. This is a good thing. Patients that haven't come in, just have your secretary, which is called a CA in the business, chiropractic assistant, call and say, hey, look, you get a free adjustment, Raymond. If you'll come in, you haven't been in a month, we'd like to see you. If you give a free pint of blood, and we're going to call it 800 Give Life, we get enough blood cryogenically frozen for 1.5 years in advance. You say, well, that was good then. What are you doing now? Well, our new book called Ask, The Bridge from Your Dreams to Your Destiny. You say, well, everybody's sequestered. Well, there's still people working and making a lot of money. One of my great friends who you met, Harry Singer, has only 7,000 employees, and he's keeping and are making more money than ever. Harry takes all the junk soap, disinfectant soap from Procter & Gamble, and he used to throw it away, but now he's got 3 years of it stored. And what he's doing is he's repackaging it. Every hospital, every old people's home, everywhere is out of soap because for the first time people are learning you better be singing ABC song or you better be singing Happy Birthday to You for 20 seconds and remember to wash your thumbs, right? And one of those little things. They're out of soap. So Harry's singing and selling 50,000 survival packages of soap. Now, everybody said, well, we got to have alcohol at 70%. There's no alcohol. He couldn't buy it no matter what he did. So he started creating it outside his 70,000 square foot place. And he said, hell, I'll put an explosion-proof building in here. I'll make alcohol. So he puts alcohol in the box. And I said, look, Harry, you and I went down to Necker Island with our friend Richard Branson. I want you to take a little ad that I'll write up and we'll put it in everything. He said, why would they read an ad about Ask, the Bridge from Your Dreams to Your Destiny, your new book? I said, listen, when Raymond opens up a survival pack, you're going to read every damn thing that's in that survival pack because you want to survive. And it's working like crazy. Well, we got 50,000 ads going out a week at a time when nobody can get an ad out. You can't even sell a book on Amazon unless it's one of mine because they're pushing back everybody and mine are rocking because you got to think new. You got to do bypass marketing. Raymond, let's do a quick picture of everybody, if you would, please. Ken Walls is a superstar who's helping us on all this. And I just want to go through these guys real quick, and then you get to talk about them. Obviously, you've talked. He is that handsome face at first. Then we got Jack Canfield. Next, we got our dear friend John Astroff, who used to have a $8 million a year business called Remax in Indiana. And then we got John Vitale, who talks about the Attractor Factor. We got Laura Langmeyer, who's just great at money. We got, obviously, we talked about Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars and Women From Venus. And with Hal Dworsky, who's just one of the superstars and our best friends forever. And then Maria Diamond, you've already talked about. And then going back, there's me. Then we got Ivan Meisner, who just sold his company for an absolute fortune. And he and I were helping Peter Guber do his book. Then we got Rabbi Martin Root.
You got that right.
Martin is one of those guys. I don't know if I can be caustic here, but Jack and you and I were all in Jack's house up in Santa Barbara. And Jack said something nasty to Martin, said, eat, shit, and die. And Martin said, can I diagram? Is that eat, comma, shit, and die, or eat, shit, comma, die? he is super funny, and you all will like him. And I hope I didn't offend any of your blasphemy, but we got to have some fun during these down times. And you got Robert, and then you got Wright Thurston, who's been your buddy in one of those businesses that you've been in forever and ever, making tens of thousands of dollars. Russell and Francisco, you're going to have to introduce them and the rest of the people I do not know. So you're going to have to take us through the rest.
Okay. Well, Russ Paley is the world leading expert on mail order business, which you can run from home. And if you back up a couple, Robert Roley is the world expert on starting an internet business, get this, without a database, without a website, and without a product. And he teaches little kids how to do it. And he has a 9-year-old who's making more money than both his parents combined. And so he claims that there'll be many people who will have money deposited in their account by starting a business during April 24th, 25th. And I mean, it's amazing. And then if we keep going, Francis Ablola is one of the top internet marketers in the world. He lives in America. Robert Role lives in Slovenia. Mari Smith is the queen of Facebook, the undisputed queen of Facebook. She knows everything about how to market and make money on Facebook. The next gorgeous gal is my Crystal, my Karen Mullen, and she is here because she has earned it. She is an expert. She's like a professional CEO. You can just parachute her into any company and she'll turn it around so it increases its sales and profit by 15% per year, up to 30% per year. And she's been doing it for decades, even though she looks so young. She's just a powerhouse. And the next one is Justin Kreiner. He is the policeman from Texas. And lastly, Reneen knows everything about real estate. So we're going to be asking her what's going on in real estate now and after the virus. Those are the 19 people. It's just amazing. It's just thanks for putting them all on.
I just want to go back to Marie just for a second. I don't think I've met her, and we can talk about her. But ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know how big Facebook is, I've read numbers. The lowest number is 2.8 billion people around the world, and I've read numbers all the way up to, is it higher, 3.5? Is that correct?
I don't think that's unbelievable. If it is,
no, it is at least 2.8 billion. We sat with one of the Facebook giants here in Arizona at dinner, and I went like that. I went the same thing you did, because you and I are numbers guys. We've been doing business. I've been doing it 44 years as a speaker, entrepreneur, owning 6 or 7 businesses. So it's sort of amazing, but it depends on whose numbers you're counting. But whatever Facebook is, it's gargantuan. I've had dinner with Mark long ago, and he wanted to run for president. He wanted universal income, and now we suddenly have a universal income, which you and I basically, I think, disagree with. I don't know for your politics and all that, but you and I have been teaching free enterprise. And my daddy is an immigrant Dane who had to come into Canada before he was allowed to come into America through Ellis Island, and he had to do the railroads and feed everybody in the railroads. We're talking about bad times in North America at the time, but there was no choice. There was no backup. And he was leaving Hitler was coming into Denmark. My Uncle Sven created the black band to take all the Jews into Denmark. My Uncle Sven said they got a $100,000 hit on me and everyone in the family to my dad, Paul. He was 14 years older. He said, here's a $100 bill, a passport. Your ass is out of here. I can get you into Canada. I can't get into America. I get goosebumps telling you that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am opposed 100%, as is Raymond. I think I'm talking with him and for him, against socialism. It's a nice concept until the money runs out and there's no more giving. And right now, I don't know that the money is going to run out, because money is always an intellectual, philosophical concept. But the fact is, we need to create more money, and money is created in your mind before it's your experience. And that's why you got to come to worldprospersummit.com.
Yes, and Sherry, congratulations for registering, and thank you for enjoying the fun banter between us. And Robert, thanks for saying it's your kind of vibe. I love it. It's my kind of vibe. Anytime I get to speak with Mark Victor Hansen, we have so much fun together. Really, so much fun. And so the World Prosper Summit is a free event because all of the superstar friends that I know are all coming for free. I normally have to pay Mark Victor and Jack and John Gray. I have to pay them all whenever I want them to come to my events. But this time they've rallied around me, beside me, behind me, and they just want to help. The world has been very good to us. We've made an awful lot of money. And now is not the time to just hide away and keep our money. Now is not the time to try to make money from our clients. Now is the time to just give and give and give. There'll be time for making money for us after this corona scare is over. Right now, it's the time to give back and give and give. And I know your clients might be a little suspicious. They might say, oh, yeah, a free event, and then you sell us like crazy. No, I'm sorry. That's not it. In the normal times, if I have a free event, and there's no charge to come in the door, well, who do you think pays for the hotel room and the gals at the back of the room? And so we have to offer certain products, but not here. I've got no overhead. All my super expensive friends are coming for free. And so it's a free event for you. And listen carefully, nothing will be sold. practically nothing will be sold. Yes, of course, Mark Victor Hansen is going to talk about his new book, Ask, and he'll say, go to Amazon and buy it. And yes, of course, Jack Canfield will say, you love the success principles? Well, now I've got a success principles workbook. Go to Amazon and buy it. Yeah, of course, they'll pay $20 and buy their wonderful book. But that's it. It's going to be no charge to get in, no charge when you're there, no charge afterwards. This is a giving event because it doesn't cost us anything. We're just giving. Tens of thousands of people have figured it out. And let me tell you, I haven't even told you the good news yet, Mark. When you register at worldprospersummit.com, April 24, April 25th, 11 a.m. Eastern till 5:30 p.m. Eastern. When you register right now, you'll get a confirmation email. Well, big deal. You always get those. But then there's a link to share. And you say, well, big deal. I always get those. No, this one is unique to you. It's special for you. You are the only person in the world that gets your specific, unique link. And when you post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, when you send messages out through WhatsApp and through email, and you use that link, everyone who registers using that link is added to your score. And as soon as you get 5 to 10 people, you are automatically upgraded to VIP. And during April 24 to April 25, there's going to be gifts and giveaways all 2 days long. And they're going to be, and I'm going to be saying, okay, get ready. In 2 minutes, I'm going to be giving away a giant so-and-so, and I'll announce what it is. And then it's going to be only given to the VIPs. All the gifts are given to the VIPs. All the giveaways are for the VIPs. On the screen now, you can see all the amazing speakers that I've got. Okay, there's Mark Victor right there on the screen. And all of the gifts are going to be given only to the VIPs. So when you register and you do the right thing of telling your friends by just sharing that link and they register on them, it's not a sell, it's no charge, it's free. When you do the right thing of telling your friends so that it goes viral, so that Mark Victor and I and all the wonderful 19 superstars can help lots and lots of people this month, then you get free prizes for the whole 2 days long. But even more than that, whoever invites the most number of people will get a gift worth $10,000 US, plus I'll be announcing their name on the air. She'll get recognition and a prize worth $10,000 US. It's a huge event. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I love it. I can't see you because your eyes are obliterated, Mark Victor. You've got to move your head or something.
I really think this is going to be the Woodstock for the mind. I think this is one of the great events of all time. So I'm thankful that you invited me in. I'm thankful that all of you are watching. And we're thankful that everyone is going to change their mind, change their life, change their future, and maybe even create a fortune. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with my dear friend Raymond and I. This has been a cherishable event. Look forward to being with you on the 24th and 25th of this month. Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you, Mark. You're wonderful. And by the way, if you were looking at Crystal, why don't you bring her on the screen?
We're ready to go on a hike. We live up in the mountains and we're climbing up the mountain tonight. That's our exercise because we start early in the morning at like 5:30 and 5, and then right at night we do the hike and watch the sunset go down. And I got to go do that. That's what's my promise.
Yeah, but she always looks gorgeous.
She looks gorgeous when she's not made up, but she doesn't want to come on. So she will come on the 24th. I promise.
Okay, Crystal. I hope she can hear me. Crystal, I love you. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right. Bless your heart. Thank you, Raymond.
Bye-bye, my friend.
Bye.